I know you'll be wondering why our forefathers, those time they are very strong. I mean, when it comes to physical activity, like our forefathers are very strong. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this is now most of the food that we consume are ultra processed. They process them. Okay, but back then there's nothing like that. And before somebody gets sick, it's very hard. Like it's very difficult for someone to get sick back then. I mean, during our forefathers' time, it's very difficult for someone to get sick. Okay? But now, people get sick anyhow. Like the sickness have increased, and it's not just common for somebody to get sick those days. I mean, our forefathers' time. Okay? It's not very, I mean, easy like that. But nowadays, you can see the person today, and next day the person is sick. And how come? When you shift your attention to diet, okay, diets play a lot of roles in our daily life, on our health as a whole. Okay, diet plays a lot of role here. And most food that we are consuming nowadays is ultra processed. A lot can they use plastic, a lot of processed food, and even what they use to even package the food have another harmful effects. Okay, I'm talking about during the process, some substances can be activated, which is harmful, and it to be attached to the processed food. Okay, and deconstruction of the food matrix when they process the food, it also deconstruct the food matrix. And another thing is what they use to package the food itself is harmful. Okay, so how come we will not be sick most of the time? Okay? Most people consume ultra processed. Some people, they don't even read on the label. Okay, they don't even read on the label what they are buying. They don't even know the content of what they are buying. They just go and buy the thing. Just even way back, I talked about this salt issue. We see when you buy some food and you read on the label, they can tell you the amount of salt that is in that particular food, but people don't read. Okay, and for us to cut this ultra processed food, we just have to eat more vegetables. We just have to focus our attention on what the original food. I'm talking about vegetables, fruits, and we have to cook at home always. Okay, we have to go for those raw food and cook at home. We have to, I mean, develop the habit of cooking. And another thing is we need to read on the labels. If you are buying something, read on the labels. And when you are buying processed food, make sure you don't store them, or when you buy, make sure it's not in plastic. Okay, make sure you know it. And if you are even storing, make sure you don't store it in plastic. You can use ceramics or metal like stainless steel to store them. The reason why is plastic have most of the toxic than metal and ceramics or glass. For the glass doesn't have any toxic in it at all. So when you buy or you want to store food, make sure you use stainless steel, or if you don't use stainless steel, you can use glass or ceramics to store your food. That is the only way we can cut down this processed food. Okay? You can look at somebody's age and look at the person's body. You see that it doesn't correspond. The body is even older than the person's age, like all because of biological aging. Okay, and if you're able to minimize this ultra processed food, we can eradicate a lot of diseases, because most of the diseases are associated with our diets.